Good afternoon. I know that this homework on pyramids is due Thursday, today, but it seems a lot of you are having some problems, so I wanted to make a short video to help. First of all, do not try to do the problems without either listening to a video or reading the information that's in the document. So I want to make sure that you have seen this part of the document. Number one, it gives the definition of a pyramid, and you need to understand what a pyramid looks like. So in your book, when you did nets, you did a rectangular pyramid and a triangular pyramid. Triangular pyramid has a triangle as a base and then 3 sides. Rectangular or square pyramids have 4 sides, so they have 4 faces. So in this document, it highlights some vocabulary. A lateral face, we talked about that with prisms. A lateral face are these side faces, okay? So the lateral surface area is the sum of all of those faces. Now, if it wants the full surface area, don't forget to add in the bottom, and that's a rectangle or a square, okay? Excuse me. Now, if they give you the height, right here, it talks about the height of the pyramid. And you have to be careful. There are 2 heights. Here is the height of the pyramid. It goes from the tippy top of the pyramid straight down to the middle, in the middle of the floor of the pyramid, okay? So if you think of this as an office building, like our first problem, or it says the height of the pyramid. That means from here to here, to this middle floor here. Now, if we want to calculate the actual area of a side, that's this little slanty side triangle right there, right? And how do we calculate the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So we've got a base here, but do we have the height of the triangle? The height of the triangle is the same as the altitude, right? The altitude goes from the vertex and makes a right angle. That's a very not straight altitude, okay? So when we talk about the area of a pyramid, we're talking about the area of this triangle slanting on the side here. So if they give you the height of the pyramid, that is not the height you need to use. You need to find this altitude, and that is called the slant height. The slant height. And think about it. The triangle here is slanted, and we need that slant height or altitude to calculate the area of our pyramid. Okay, so slant height is different from height. So you need to make that distinction. I'm going to pause for a second. If you need to take a picture of that or jot down a note, you can pause our video. I'm going to clear it and move on. All right, so when we draw a pyramid, it is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And so what I try to do is draw a really slanty square. What's that called? All 4 sides are the same, but it's slanted. It's a rhombus. And then from the middle of the rhombus, go straight up, not so straight, but I'm drawing on a computer here. And this is the apex, that's the top, the tippy top of our pyramid. And then you can draw lines down to each one of the vertices. This is a vertex plural is vertices. Okay, and now we have a pyramid. Okay, in this particular problem, it says that the building is washed using 1 gallon of cleaning solution for every 250 square meters of surface area. The problem is that we don't know the slant height of our triangles. We only know that the height of the building is 220 meters and the edge of the square base is 96. So that one's easy, 96 meters, and it's a square, so all the way around 96 meters. But how are we going to find the slant height? Well, I want you to twist this pyramid around a little bit and look straight through this side over here. And if you look straight through this side in your head, twist it, you're going to have the apex. We've got this 220 meters that goes down to the floor in the middle of someone's cubicle. And we've got the full base of the pyramid, right, that goes across the bottom like this. So if I wanted to make a right triangle here, I know the full base is 96. I know that this is coming down into the middle of the building. So each one of these are going to be half of 96. There. So if I know this is 220, and I know this is half of 96, I could figure out this other side. That's a hypotenuse, and that hypotenuse corresponds to the slant height, right? Twist this pyramid in your mind. We're coming straight down. We're going over to a side. So this would be the right side. This would be the left side. And then this would be the slant height. Excuse me. Slant height. Now, I've got a right triangle, I've got 2 legs, and I've got an unknown hypotenuse. So if you don't say Pythagorean theorem right now, I should be fired. We're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out what this slant height is. Now, once you figure out what that number is, then what can you do? Well, what's the area of this triangle? The area of the triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. We know the base is 96, and this slant height is height, and that's what our C is over here. So once you figure out what C is from the Pythagorean theorem, you can plug that in, and that is the area of one side of the building. How many sides do we have on the building? You're going to need to multiply that. Multiply that. It's going to be a really large number. After you multiply by the number of sides of the building, let me give you a hint. You're going to have more than 40,000 square meters. Okay? Keep it accurate. Keep the numbers in your calculator. Don't round off until you get to the end. You're going to have more than 40,000. And so this is where this comes in. For every 250 square meters of surface, we use 1 gallon of cleaning solution. So once you have your surface area, and that's going to be in meters squared, then you're going to divide that by 250 meters squared to get gallons. And then you want to round up. We don't buy partial gallons. If you get a 0.4, still round it up. Because we don't do, you can't walk into Lowe's and say, can I have, 132.4 gallons of cleaning solution. So round it up, but show your work so I can see how you got there, okay? Make sure you're drawing the pictures. That's what helps. Now on 1125, I haven't had a lot of questions on this one, but just remember that the volume of a pyramid is what? Of a pyramid, it's 1/3 times the base area times the height. And in this problem, you have the volume, you have the base area, and they're asking you for the height. So plug those numbers in, do the math, you'll get it. If you have any questions, send me a note. If you need to turn this in on Friday instead of today, it's fine. Let me know if you have any questions.